Hi, I'm Laura Maiola from MoxieLife Coach, and this week I'm talking about the big fail. Everyone is afraid of failure. Failing a test, failing at work, failing in a marriage. Our society likes to put a big stamp of failure across our foreheads if we don't actually measure up. But measure up to what? What's the standard? And what makes that the standard? So I'm here to tell you today that there is no such thing as failure. It doesn't exist. What we think of as failure is actually experience that is teaching us something about ourselves or our environment. And we need that knowledge to grow and progress and to learn. So think about yourself or your child as a toddler. You had to fall down a lot before you could learn how to walk, how to run, how to jump, how to leap. You had to try these things out, gain the information that would then inform what you did next. So failure is a part of our learning process. It's fundamental to our learning process. But where we get tangled up is when we set expectations for ourselves that are outside of our control. We have this pesky inner critic called the judge who creates an impossibly high standard that's outside of our control. So that when we don't achieve it, we'll turn around and say, see, you're not good enough. I told you, you're not good enough. And when we believe the judge, when we believe that you're not good enough is true, that's when we stop trying. That's when we stop learning or growing or evolving on our path. So the judge is using failure, the concept of failure, to keep you stuck. To say stop trying, stop learning, stop moving forward. I want to keep you here. Well, there's no growth there. And it's purely based on this concept that failure is a negative or bad thing. It isn't. It is all part of our learning process. It's all part of our journey as human beings on this planet. We would not be able to achieve what we want to achieve without failing first. Thomas Edison famously said, I discovered 1,001 ways how not to make a light bulb. So you need to fail first. Clearly in the entrepreneurial space, the mantra is to fail fast. Get to failure fast so that you can move forward quickly. And that's a different way of thinking about failure. So I want you to think about your life, your relationships, your circumstances and situations in work and in your marriage. None of these things are failures unless you internalize them as failures. If you look at them as learning opportunities, that's when you're taking that experience and making it work for you and what you want, rather than letting this outside concept keep you stuck. Expectations will sabotage you. Assumptions sabotage you. So bring in some critical thinking skills. Have intention around what you want to achieve. But there's going to be 1,000,001 ways that you could achieve those things. And part of getting there is learning which ones serve you best. So you have to fail first. And failure is actually a wonderful part of our human existence. So think about how you can apply that in your life. And please, please stop internalizing that this concept has anything to do with who you are. You are not a failure. But the experience of challenge, the experience of failing, actually propels us forward and is critically necessary. So the trick is not to expect, not to assume, and not to internalize, but to embrace the fact that we will fall. We all fall. Nobody is perfect. It would be really boring on this planet if we were all the same and perfect. We will never be perfect. And there's beauty in that. So let's embrace that beauty. Let's embrace the journey of failing and learning and applying it to what we want in our lives. So I hope you find this useful. Please visit my websites, MoxieLifeCoach.com, MoxieLifeLeadership.com, to gain more resources and knowledge that will help you on your journey. And remember, you can always schedule a free consultation with me to discuss your situation and how coaching might help you in your life. So until next week, speak your truth, even if your voice shakes.